Oh look, Dithering's gone nuts. I don't know what to do with this mount. Would you look at that great big... Oh, you can't see it because my head's in the way. Let me show you if we go into here. Right, I'll put me there. Would you look at that guiding? Something's gone wrong, hasn't it? Well, that's interesting. Look at that. Welcome to my world. That's not very good, is it? I mean, it's returning. May I ask you all a question? Do you have these dithering woes as well? Does your mount just decide it wants to be ridiculous? Right, so we're on the Pacman Nebula, which should look something like that. It's very exciting. And hopefully it will look something like that. So I'm using the 130 PDS 26C camera. Oh, we've got an autofocus. Something's happening, everyone. Look at this. It's exciting. Don't say I don't bring you exciting things. Any second now, a black dot is going to appear. Ready, steady. Black dot. Autofocus. Yay! We have a black dot. Woohoo! This is the guiding on my mount, and I wanted to show you this because you can see that it will guide really well for a long period of time, but when it dithers, it often has great big artifacts like this that you can see here, where it kind of deflects a long way and then takes a long time to recover. Now, I don't know how to address this, and I sometimes also get this with my EQ6 as well. But on imaging, when you actually gather all the subs together, it actually looks okay. It looks not too bad. It just occasionally comes up with this pretty severe dithering, which takes ages to recover. We're in Pixinsight here. Let's do a screen transfer function on our stacked image. So this is 2 nights of data, and from this you can see there are a few stacking artifacts, and there's quite a lot of gradient here as well. I did a dynamic crop to get rid of the artifacts around the edges, and then I used Graxpert to try and improve some of this gradient that you can see here just on default settings, and I wanted it to show the background as well. It did quite a good job, I thought. And that's what it removed from the image, and that's the final result. But you could see there's still some gradient in this corner here, so I decided from here to use the gradient correction tool, and this is actually with some settings which Pixinsight from their YouTube channel have given me, and I ran these and then the gradient disappeared. I'll put those in the chat below. And you can see it did a great job of getting rid of that corner. From here, I used Blur Exterminator to do some deconvolution on the image and to sharpen up the stars. I then ran Noise Exterminator as well, I try not to use defaults with Noise Exterminator. I find it does add some artifacts to the image, so I try to not use it on its default settings, which are quite harsh. The next step was to use the plate solver program in Pixinsight. Now, this program requires you to download the Gaia star catalogs onto your PC. They are available on the Pixinsight website, and you also need to put in the focal length and image scale of your telescope and your camera. So in my case here, the focal length is 650 millimeters, and you also have to put the date and the day that you acquired this data so that it can successfully plate solve. Once that information is in there and you've got the Gaia catalogs downloaded, it should be able to plate solve your image. My next steps were to run the spectrophotometric color calibration, which requires again the Gaia catalog to be able to color calibrate your image. And then I ran the spectrophotometric flux calibration, which again requires the Gaia catalog as well. After those two processes, I use something I've not used before, and I'm just learning this tool. It's the Generalised Hyperbolic Stretch, and I won't even attempt to explain anything on this because I literally don't know how to use this tool very well, and I was following some steps I found on the internet in order to make it work. But it did work, and after I used this tool, the image looked pretty much like this, and I was really quite pleased with how this turned out. Initially, when I stretched this image, I didn't use the generalized hyperbolic stretch. I just used normal curves to stretch the image, and it was nowhere near as good as this. So I need to spend a bit of time to learn this tool properly because it's clearly a really powerful tool.